they don't feel like they lost you, right? When they break up with you, when they break your heart, when they leave you to the side, they don't feel like they lost you yet. And so when it gets close to that time, they start regretting it because they see you drifting away. They see now you're actually going to lose him. Now he's not about you anymore. So for her, okay, now I have to do something to keep him close. They ended things with you, right? They're the ones that messed up. They're the ones that made things go left. So they feel like they can fix it whenever they want. And for you fellas out here dealing with these women that regret losing you, what do? You don't deal with them. Simple. You leave them to the curb. When they regret losing you, the way you were suffering or going through things where she left you in the dust is the same way you're going to leave her in the dust, and she's going to go through the same damn things that you just went through, that she put you through. What is up, my BBoss baddies and my bad man fellas? It is your girl Bosana, and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about signs that she regrets losing you. So it's been a while. At least you guys will know if you've been subscribed, but I know a lot of you guys like the sign videos just because I've done a good amount of them out there. So hopefully with this video that I'm giving to you guys today, I can give you some refreshing new things. And I really sat down and I'm like, what's some other signs? And I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I didn't even say certain stuff to you guys already. So with that being said, go ahead and check out everything that is on my screen. And you guys, if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Let me know right now. What are you waiting for? Is there a certain video you want me to drop? Is that what you're waiting for? Let me know, because you should be subscribed by now. And please have that post notification on. Thank you so much for everybody that's been supporting me since the jump, especially since the jump. Like, y'all are riding for me, and trust me, I'm riding for you guys, trying to deliver and give you guys what you guys need. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this video. So if you don't know, we start from 3. If it's a 5 video, we start from 5, but today is 3. So we start from 3, go down to 1. So that means what? You gotta watch until the end to get the number 1 thing. All right, you guys, but everything I do say will be important. Okay, so number 3, for signs that she regrets losing you, always talking about the past. Damn, like she talks so much about the past, like she wants to go back to the past. You're really worried about the past that much, so you have to constantly keep talking about the past? What happens with a lot of females, because they're reminiscent, because they're missing, and most definitely because they start dealing with different men, they realize, oh shit, I had it pretty good in the past with them. You know, dealing with him is not the same as dealing with this current guy. And that's one thing about females. They get so caught up with their looks, to what they feel like they can offer. And they feel like what they can offer is so precious. But they don't understand. A lot of females don't understand that what they can offer, so many other women can do it. They don't offer a lot. But in their head, they're thinking it's a lot just because they think it's good enough. And unfortunately, you know, this has to be talked about. It has to be talked about. Unfortunately, a lot of men out here make women believe that as well. It's not just females thinking that. A lot of men out here made these females build a bigger ego because all the validation, all the simping. So females already off the bat already know or think they know a man's nature or know how to deal with certain men, because look at me, this is how I look, and most importantly, men been validating me, men been sipping over me. So for her, what's gonna happen is, like, she has to deal with different types of men. Take that in. Different types of men, because you might be a specific type of guy. You might feel like you fit into a crowd of alpha. You might feel like you fit into a crowd of simps. But at the end of the day, you are one specific man, because we're all different. Even females, we're all different. If you look deeper into somebody, you'll see there's traits that you will not find exactly in somebody else. There's just differences because we're all different. So for females, a lot of times for women, they have to go ahead and do it. They actually have to go and be a part of it to understand that this is not what you want. You thought you wanted this, or you thought you can get this. You thought this is what damn, stutter butter. You thought that was what was up. And she goes ahead and goes into experiments, and she's dabbling in there. You know what? You're cute. You got money. You seem like you're my type. What really can go wrong? Deal with him. He's crazy as hell. he wants you to just submit to him, and he doesn't want you to deal with no other men, and he's gonna still continue to deal with other women. And that's the lifestyle that he lives. He has money for that. He has maybe, and this is not always so important, you guys should know this if you watch my videos, maybe he has the physical appearance that makes him get these females. Maybe it's the way he looks, like he's all dolled up in a sense of a guy, no homo obviously, but like all groomed up, all fashionable, all stylish, all, you know, designer for a lot of these women. He just looks like he's packing with the money. He's packing with the way he knows how to present himself. Let me say that, right? So all these traits out here, a woman will look at a man, judge, right? And then talking to him, knowing he does this, he has that, or just from social media, she has this opinion, let's say this, she has this perspective of this man, and she's thinking to herself, okay, you know what? Dealing with this guy right here, I already know he has money. He's probably just looking for a beautiful girl. Or, you know what? I'm this girl that all these men want. So guess what? I can go ahead and go into this world and do things and get away with things just because of my appearance, because men really, really draw to that. And that is facts, right? So for her, let me wrap this up. I know you guys want the next point, but for her, she's going to keep dabbling. And so when she's dealing with you being her ex, the signs that you'll get from her regretting you is constantly saying things like, oh, you remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? Oh my gosh, do you remember when I told you I loved you? After you told me you loved me, but I did tell you I loved you, you know? And that's one thing I really want to say. You have to read between the lines with these females, because even if there is signs that they regret losing you, there's signs that they're only doing it for their benefit. They will still show themselves with the words that they're saying, with the things that they text you. All these things is going to be a presentation of how they still feel. So when I say I told you I love you, but it was after you told me you loved me, it's her saying that don't forget that you told me you love me first. Remember that you love me first. I told you I love you afterwards. Even if it was a lie or the truth, it doesn't matter. I still said it, but it was after you said it. And that right there, there's so many red flags around it, right? It's almost like, okay, you really got to say all that? First of all, you don't even have to bring that up. Secondly, why are you saying after I told you I love you? It's almost like she's trying to basically bring that reassurance in your head that you are the one that wanted me first. Remember that. Remember that you are the one that wanted me first, and you might be upset. You might not like the way I was acting, but you still were the one that wanted me first, and I can make you want me again. And that's what happens with a lot of women. They still have that energy. They still feel ways because they ended things with you, right? They're the ones that messed up. They're the ones that made things go left. So they feel like they can fix it whenever they want. And for you fellas out here dealing with these women that regret losing you, what do? You don't deal with them. Simple. You leave them to the curb. When they regret losing you, the way you were suffering or going through things where she left you in the dust is the same way you're going to leave her in the dust, and she's going to go through the same damn things that you just went through, that she put you through. Period. Like, no cap. That's not nothing to play with. Your feelings, you have to treat it like treasure. These girls treat themselves like treasure, right? They feel like they're so valuable. So why are you fellas not doing the same to yourself, right? The same time that I can say everybody can be a prize, you as a man, you treat yourself as the prize. That woman's been treating herself like the prize. But that's where a lot of you fellas are lacking. You do not treat yourself as the prize. And so she does not see a prize. She's going to win in her own game. So really, if she's winning, that means she's only winning because she's doing it for her own benefit. She doesn't see the value in you, so it doesn't mean like she's winning. It doesn't mean she's winning at all, because at the end of the day, she's doing it for herself. So she's winning in her own lane, but not in your lane. So that means you're going to be left behind and literally treated like you're not the man that you are supposed to be, okay? So there's not much I'll say about that, but the video is getting long. I just really wanted you guys to understand that. Like, she'll be talking about the past, bring up the past, bring up moments, bring out certain specific things, and it's only to bring you back there to make sure that, you know, you're feeling her still, or remember that, you know, remember those things, okay? So I know, excuse me, damn, what did I drink today? But I know there's a lot that I could say, and I know you guys tell me to do longer videos, but it's kind of like debatable. Some people don't want the longer video. So either way, I'm going to move on to the next thing. We'll see how this video works out. So flirtatious or too friendly. With women, a big sign that they regret losing you is that they kind of transition into not being this rude, bad attitude that she has, bougie attitude that she has. She's gonna get rid of it, because at this point she has the risk, she has the feelings of losing you completely. And that's what you have to take from this video extremely, that a lot of females, they don't feel like they lost you. right? When they break up with you, when they break your heart, when they leave you to the side, they don't feel like they lost you yet. And so when it gets close to that time, they start regretting it because they see you drifting away. They see now you're actually going to lose him. Now he's not about you anymore. So for her, okay, now I have to do something to keep him close. So realistically, it's not from a place of feeling ways of, oh, I love him so much. I realize that. But it's more from a place of, I don't want to lose him completely because, you know, he didn't do no bad, but he's not the guy that I want. Right? And a lot of these girls know what they're doing. They know the type of man that they're dealing with. They know the potential that you have. But a lot of girls, they're so caught up in their ego, so caught up in their mindset. They're so prideful that they won't even overlook those things. And they will just feel ways of, nope, I'm still at the top and you're going to be put down here. And I'll say this before I move on to the last thing on my list. You have to keep in mind, back to number 3, they're dealing with different men. So when it comes back to number 2, she's dealing with different men, right? She gets up here. And I kind of said something like this in a different video. I don't really remember. I think though. So she's up here, right? And she's dealing with these different men. Take in, what experiences is she going to get? Different experiences. Not every man out here, because of the fact that these different men out here that have what's going on, get different women. Not every experience for her, it's going to be the same. It's not going to be the same that she's going to meet a guy that has money or has it packing and say, OMG, you know what? Like, you're everything to me and I want you, because that guy's not going to be committed the same way. He has so many different women. So why is he going to give that energy to her when he has all these other women and maybe he has better types of women? She's been dealing with simps. She's been dealing with types of guys where it allowed her to think that when I get to the top, when I deal with these bigger guys, bigger pocket guys, I'm going to be good. They're going to love me. They're going to want me. But realistically, reality will hit when she gets to that point. And so now it goes all the way back to number 2. When she becomes flirtatious and too friendly, it's because she almost got put in her place or something made her, you know, bounce back, right? That's one main common reasons. There is other reasons, but something made her just be like, girl, don't think too much. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get too caught up, right? Like, relax with all that. Slow your roll. So for her, she's going to humble herself a little bit. And you have to take it like this. A lot of women, it takes so much for them to say, I miss you. Or you know what? You know what? You look good. I seen your snap. Or I'm proud of you. Or you look like you're elevating. Things like that. It's going to take a lot, because not only if you're doing it, it's going to be something she's going to want to reward you for. It's not just that, because that's so minor and sometimes it's egotistic, but it's really because of the fact that I have to still keep you close. At the end of the day, it's fakeness. So to wrap up with flirtatious and friendly is really just to say that these girls feel like when I'm talking to this man, let me try to get back to his mind. Let me get back into his life. So I have to act a certain way so it can allow him to think that this is exactly what I want, that he wants from me. And it goes really right back to her regretting losing you. So if she regrets losing you and she only does this because of the whole idea of regretting losing you, it's not from a genuine place. So at the end of the day, really what I can tell you guys, if she regrets losing you, that's good for you, but it doesn't mean you have to continue on. A lot of guys might feel like, okay, now that I know she regrets losing me, let me go ahead and pursue her. Let me try again. Let me do things. This time it's going to be different. But no, fellas, don't get caught up in that. At that time, you should know, let her go. Let her leave. Never get yourself involved with her. And if she ever tries to be involved with you, let her know. She's going to have to do a whole lot of and she probably won't even do it. Real talk. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the last thing. And last thing is keeps contacting you. I didn't say this in my last video just because of the fact that I thought it was really obvious. But then again, it makes sense, because I've had moments where guys will hit me up and I'll be confused, like, why are you hitting me up? Right? And then I'll mess things up. Luckily, I've learned from everything and I'm completely at a different place, you know, healthy relationship and everything. But really, when I go back to those moments, I think like, oh yeah, I was so caught up. He hit me up. I was so like confused and I messed things up. I said certain things that it just made him be like, oh, you know what? I'm not really even feeling her. Or, you know what? I left her to the side for a reason. And it's not necessarily because, oh, judging me, but it could be because of the fact that you want better. You want somebody that looks like this. This might not be your type, right? And that's what it is with women too. Although I tell you guys, women are not so focused on the money. It might just be because somebody has this and you don't. It depends how driven she is by her mindset that is egotistic. You get what I'm saying? If she's so caught up with a materialistic life, if she's so caught up with doing things a certain way and she can't find it with you, but she found somebody else that can provide that, then for her, she's going to be like, why am I going to waste my time? I'm gonna move on to the next guy. And so the regrets come in and you go back to that person. And this is honestly, like I said with my example, it's speaking both ways. A lot of men also do this, you know. A big way, and I'll finish off with this video saying this, big way for you guys to understand how a woman regrets losing you is if she's doing something that you would do if you regret losing a woman, right? And that's what I took in too. I'm like, if I regret losing him, I probably would have went back and said something to him. Wow, that was loud. I would have went back to him and said something like, you know what, I miss you, or you know what, I was feeling you, or how are things going? There's so many little things that you can say, even more simple things, but it's gonna fall along those lines. And it's just a matter of you can't control yourself often, and girls will be like, let me go say something. Let me say something to him because I'm not gonna risk it anymore. You know what I mean? So I really hope this video helps you guys out. There's a whole lot of things that I do want to say, but I really got a lot out in this video, so I am happy about that. There's other things that you want me to comment about, talk about, mention down below. Go ahead and do that right now and give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed with that post notification on, and you guys will see me in my next video. Bye, you guys.